Howdy, folks. I'm just going to be listing. If anyone is interested, I'm going to pop the link in the chat. I'm not even sure if my sound is working. That's okay. Hey, Leroy, how's it going, man?
Hey, how are you today?
Good. How's it going?
Good.
So, this is the second time I've done this ever. Last time I had some help, but I'm just going to be listing.
So far,
how's your morning going so far?
Not bad. I think I got like 10 listed, but all my pitches are done.
That's what I tried to do, because last time I came on here, I didn't have enough pictures. So
Yeah.
I was like halfway through, I'm like, and then I only list the small things in here, and then bigger things because I need a flatter area. And it's too much of a mess here now.
That happens.
Yeah, so I have to leave and come back. But I got more pictures today. I think I got at least 40, 50 pictures.
Yeah, everybody does it different. I like to do it, take my pictures, and then I sit down and I do my listings.
I'm the same way. I like to do it all kind of. When I go back and forth is when I start getting confused. I'll do like 3 listings that way. It's just too hard.
Yeah. How many do you how many pictures do you take? Like how many items do you take pictures of?
I don't group them all up. Hey Russ, how's it going? I think Russ just, I don't know if you can hear me. I try to well, see, that's the thing. I try to get like batches. So like all whatever I pick up, which is usually like 30 to 40 shirts, I'll try and do them all. So I don't necessarily count, if that makes sense. It's like, but I'll try and have like at least like 30 plus, if closer to 50 at one time.
Yep.
Because my back goes and my knees go. So if I'm doing it, I just want to keep going and finish it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you take your pictures. I have 2 different things. I got the table here, which is much easier for the small stuff, but that's anything 24, 25 inches or smaller. And then usually I flat lay all pictures for shirts. I think you just jumped off there. It was kind of I don't know. With shirts, it's kind of like I'm going back and forth because I didn't really want to continue doing that.
Okay.
So I wanted to see if I could just move on to hard goods only, but I keep finding these lots
Of different shirts.
Yeah, and I have this guy that actually I've interviewed him before. He's just a regular guy, but he sells me all like literally hundreds of different shirts, a lot of good stuff like Patagonia, North Face, all that kind of stuff.
Nice. No, I don't know much about clothes at all. As you know, I mean, I've seen you in different chats and I've seen you around, so it's nice to meet you. And
Yeah, same here, man.
and video. I saw you were going live, and I said, you know, I got like 8 more to do. I said, why don't I jump on and say hello? So I can't see the chats. If anybody's in the chats, I can't see them. I don't have that set up right now. But thank you for coming on and now watching us live.
Yeah, so there's just I think so far there's nobody. Sorry, I think there's a delay in my feed. That's the thing that I hate the most. My internet is really bad, so it's really choppy.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that was right. His signal's not strong enough. He tried to get on there for a second. It just wasn't working for him.
But it's all trial. I mean, that's why I come on to talk to different guys, because it's a trial for me as well.
Yeah.
You know.
See, how do I don't know if I can put this. Oh, wow.
Where are you located?
I'm near Sacramento, Northern California.
Oh.
So just like kind of in the Sacramento area.
But what time is it there? It's early.
8:43.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you're in Pittsburgh, I'm assuming.
No. I'm in South Carolina.
Okay. But okay, you're on the East Coast though, so.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I moved down South Carolina about a year ago.
Okay.
Yep.
How are you liking that?
It's not Rhode Island. But it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you know, when you're born and raised in an area, sometimes even if it's a town, you know, you're born and raised in a certain area, and then you move. It takes you a while to accept the move. Not that you don't like it, you just to accept it. It takes a while.
Yeah, definitely. I've had probably 2 major moves, I would say. And once, because I shouldn't say originally, right before 7th grade, I moved from England. And then about 18 months ago, I moved not far, about 100 miles from the Bay Area up to here.
Okay.
And so those are my 2 moves. But the second one wasn't as bad. I mean, it's a 100-mile drive. It's not far at all.
Yeah. Mine felt like I was moving from England. Because it's almost 100 miles. I mean, it's almost 1,000 miles.
Oh wow! So, that is a big move.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know much of my story, but I've been reselling for like 20 years. So I don't have a deaf pile. I have a deaf section.
Oh wow!
So I had to move, and I still don't even have it all here yet.
Wow. I mean, I guess it's a good and a bad problem. It's kind of a bit of both. I mean, you have inventory. Because right now, a lot of people struggling getting that. So at least you have something to list.
Yeah. I'm almost through what I have here, because I do flea markets as well.
Okay.
So the stuff that I have for my flea markets is pretty much my bottom of my barrel right now. So I'm ready to get back up home. And I think I have, honestly, I'd like to say I have 1 more trip, but it might be 2.
See, mine was a lot easier because it's like 100 miles. You could do that a couple times a day.
Yeah.
But 1,000 miles, that's tough.
Yeah, I came with a rider truck, a big rider truck.
Okay.
Full. And I literally, this is the mindset of a reseller.
Yeah.
I literally sold my couch and made room for reselling boxes.
There you go. Go for what you need.
Yeah. Like I can get another couch, but I can't get more space in this truck.
Exactly. Was it like a 20-foot truck or 20 like something foot truck?
It was like 20 something feet, yeah. And then I had a trailer pulling my van, and I loaded the van up with like light stuff, because I didn't want to overdo the trailer. So it was tough, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you maxed it out then, because I used to be a U-Haul dealer. So they had like listed, technically they had listed like 30, 40-foot trucks. They never had those. The biggest that I ever saw was mostly like a 24-foot.
24, yeah. Mine might have even been smaller. It might have actually been an 18-foot.
Countless times I've driven 14-foot, 17-foots. Very rarely have it. I mean, they have like a 20. They vary because what they do is they change up what they buy. So it goes from like a 21 to a 22, depending on the make of the truck.
And it goes by, people don't realize it, but it goes by like insurance for them and everything too. Even though they tell you they're putting insurance on it, they have to have their whole fleet insured and maintenance. Imagine the maintenance from an 18-foot truck to a 24-foot truck. The maintenance is going to be thousands of dollars more.
Totally. And then another thing is that they don't even own a lot of trucks these days.
No, they lease them.
They lease them out for like, I don't know if it's years or by mileage or how they do it, but they lease them out. And then that's why you see at the end, they're selling them. They're not even sometimes selling them from themselves. They're selling them from whatever dealership that is. It's like so yeah, it's kind of a trip how U-Haul does that, or I don't know. I'm guessing the other guys do the same thing.
Yeah, they all do it. It's a racket.
Yeah. I had some of my friends were like managers up there. I think they call them like area managers. Usually they're younger kids. They come in here all gung ho, and after like 6 months, they look beaten up.
Oh yeah. Yep. So as I list, I don't know if you've seen me on other listing. I'll put it on mute, and I'll usually just put my hand over my mouth so people don't think I'm talking to them.
No. Don't even worry. Don't even worry. The last whole hour I did this, it was just me looking at the screen. There was no words whatsoever.
Awesome. What are you listing today?
I forgot to do some of the packaging, so I'm doing a couple labels right now, and then pictures. I have a bunch of pictures from shirts, and then hopefully after that there'd be action figures.
Oh, nice. What is your what do you like?
Inventory wise, I would say shirts. It's like used shirts, but what I prefer is like vintage toys, action figures, that kind of stuff.
How is your sourcing there for that?
It's actually become easier because of like the shutdown in a weird way, but online. A lot of times people will reach out or like bots, and they'll be either mislabeled or they'll just say something like random toy lot or something weird, like really vague stuff. And that's what I look for. Online mainly. eBay.
Yep. People don't, I don't hear that enough. Like I said, I've been on eBay for about 20 years, and you don't hear that enough. Like I do a lot of tools. So like Snap-on Tools is a really big name. Yeah. And like some people will just put Snap, or they'll just put, they'll spell Snap-on wrong.
Yeah.
You have, if anybody goes back and watches this after, you guys gotta look and see different ways that you think it's misspelt. It might just be people might not put G.I. Joe. They might put Army Guy, 1980s Army Guy.
To be honest, that's exactly. A lot of times they'll put like they'll put like Ken doll or something like that, or and just because it's basically looks like a doll, but it's a G.I. Joe or whatever.
Yep. Like people don't like some tools that like Snap-on. They're big on there. A lot of their, like right now I'm listing just a black screwdriver, and sometimes I got to type in black screwdriver, used black screwdriver, and it's actually a Snap-on. Well, this screwdriver is worth $12, $15. You know?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it is. It is.
I mean, I've heard of Snap-on. I know nothing about tools, so that tells you that that's a name that people are throwing out there. You know, a name that people know. So.
Yep. It's so nice to meet you. Like I said, I've seen you around, and probably likewise, you've probably seen me around, and it's really nice to get to know the community.
It is, and that was actually the guy that just popped on there. It's cool that he popped on at least for a second. We started this like YouTube like podcast thing 3 years ago, but then I moved, and then he moved, and now the reason he can't get online is he's homesteading. So he's literally like. He's in Missouri now, and he's built his own place, and he's literally from the ground up.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's doing that, and this is all within, I want to say, the last 6 months, 9 months.
Okay.
So that's why he has, his internet it would be hard for him to do any kind of lives or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should get him on just to talk if I can ever get him with a stable internet connection, because he's got some stories.
Oh, yeah. How long have you been on YouTube?
Technically 3 years, I think, 3.5 years. But I wouldn't call it on. More like part of it was lurking. Part of it was we put on stuff for like a year, and then we gave up. I just moved, and he moved for like 18 months, nothing, zero. And that killed the handful of people that I had there. So you gotta be like these guys that do it like every day. That's what you gotta do, that's tough.
Yeah, I try to do my Instagram every day. Like I'm just trying to learn.
I think, to be honest, the main thing is you have to do whatever fits your schedule. This is a secondary thing. I was just gonna keep reminding myself that this is just. It's something that goes with what we're doing. It isn't what we're doing.
Yeah. Are you full-time?
I guess now I am.
Okay.
I still do a few other things, but I was never full-time before this. So that's another reason. I had a shipping store for like 15 years.
Oh.
So I was always doing something else.
I'm going to call you the ship master.
I wouldn't say that. I hate shipping.
Really? I don't mind shipping. I don't mind.
Yeah, I was a full-time shipper.
Do you know? Do you have like? You don't have to tell me, or we could talk about it off the air. Sure. But do you have like contacts that you like get better shipping stuff? Or
I did. I did. Like I had like every kind of like all the basic ones. You know, the UPS, FedEx, DHL. I had my own commercial USPS. Okay. We were like I forget what they call it now, but basically like. We're an independent shipping store. We weren't like a UPS store, so like a third party. But we were like a USPS drop-off point. We had like YRC. We had all like the trucking companies would come to us. Okay. I started. This is early days. I want to say 2014, doing prepping.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was a thing because there was nobody on the West Coast doing it. And then I would these guys would bring these things in. I didn't even know what they were talking about. And he said, like, I've got 1,000, like this guy had hair care products for like, I don't know what they were, but he needed me to download them. So we palletize them, send them off to Amazon. And later on, that's like a big thing now.
Yeah.
So I've done all of that I've done pretty much everything you could think of in terms of shipping. We weren't a very big place. Like we never had bigger than like a 2,500 square foot warehouse. So we weren't giant. But yeah, I've done it all. It's all kinds of we would go on site. I have stories and stories and stories about more shipping than even reselling, I'd say.
That's awesome, though. You don't know what other people do or what other people have done.
Yeah, exactly. You literally, especially in this game that we're in here, you could see doctors and lawyers. You can see accountants. You can see machinists. You could see construction workers, you could see teachers. I mean, you never know.
And that's the thing. It's like people ask me, like they'll see me and they're like, "Hey, like, what's a good thing to sell? What should I sell?" And I'm like,
That's a
first of
loaded
all,
question.
who are you? What do you do, and what is your career been in the last 10 years?
Exactly.
And that's not being mean.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, okay, so you're an accountant, so you know about accountant
Yep.
books. You know about ordering desk supplies or office supplies. You
Yep.
know certain softwares. Stick
Yep.
with that for now, because even though you're not in that anymore, you still know so much more than the average person on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go into, you see everybody else doing sneakers and golf clubs, and you can go into toys and all that after. But if you're like me, I was a union laborer for 15 years.
Okay.
So if I've also always resold since I was 19. So I have both of them in my pocket. But at the end of the day, I know where I need to go back to. If I need to go back, I go back to the tools, and that's pretty much what I do now. But
That's, to be honest, even if you just did just tools. Like I interviewed, one of the first interviews we ever did. It was like I usually saw Russ, is good buddy, and it was all about tools. And I felt it was funny because I was asking these questions. Thankfully, Russ was there. I didn't know what to ask because they were going back and forth and talking about the ins and outs. And I'm so thankful he was there, because I would have been like, "Oh, so you sell tools," and that probably would have been it. But then there was so many ins and outs, and they were gracious. They were like cool about these questions all the time. So what you're selling, to be honest, is probably like maybe it's an overlooked thing, especially in estate sales and garage sales. You don't know, even personally, I walk by tools a lot because I just don't know it, which is a benefit to you or anyone like selling tools, I think. Yeah, tools are just something I need to find out more about, to be honest.
nice. Yeah, with the used tools, it's overlooked, but a lot of people look for they look for and with anything, they look
Yeah,
for the big name stuff. And I'm I've always been the guy that's just the lower guy. Like, I'm not afraid to go a little lower and get things that are just $15, $15 stuff. If you're paying 25 cents for it and you're selling it for $5, you're not making that in the bank, and you never will.
yeah. I mean, you need to know. See, you know that you can make it off. Even a lower dollar item. That's what, to be honest, all these big companies, that's what they do. They don't. Their big profit items usually are $20 or less.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not. I mean, not everyone's selling TVs. I mean.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And it, like, learning that I know the systems. It's just now, you know, like certain things I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to find my sell-through rate on my seller hub, because I remember there used to be like a dial, and it would show you but I can't find that anymore. But I'll watch a video and try to find it.
Let's see here, sell-through rate.
I don't want to hold you up.
Nah, no worries. Yeah, there's a. I don't even know. Let me see. I'll send you this on a private chat because I don't know what kind of link this is, but.
Or you can send them. You have my Instagram?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me send. I do actually. I'll send that to you. I'm gonna send it to. I'll message you right now.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
No worries.
Because I had to start over, so I left. Oh no, I'm still, and I left for a while, and I shot 2 months this summer, and when I came back, I was like, contemplating the stuff I had, or just on the, and I just like would just stop. So I mean, I still have my all my feedback, my old store, everything, but all my listings I'm doing over. So it's like people ask you, "Oh, how many you got in your store?" 300. That's it? You're full time. I have 300, but I have 250 that I sold in the last month and a half.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to figure out. I think that's a really good turnaround. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's also. I mean, sell-through rate's great and all, but it's more about are you getting what you need out of it? Because I mean, people can have a great sell-through rate and sell one thing. So I mean,
or they're selling it, but they're only making $5 on it or $2 on it.
I mean, and that's like Amazon sellers. You can have like a 5%, margin or something like that.
I can't figure out Amazon.
It's the same. It's just bulk a lot of times to make it, or there's not much difference. To be honest, eBay is more complicated in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. To be honest, I think in 10 years, Amazon's only going to be wholesalers or private labelers. That's it. So, oh, my internet is bonkers.
Are you guys locked down again yet?
Are we what?
Are you guys locked down yet again?
That's funny. In California, like half the state is. Technically, we're not, like in Sacramento County.
Okay.
Yet, but I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of like the Bay Area, which is like 100 miles south, they are as of like the last couple of days.
Yeah, I think I heard something about we're going backwards again Friday.
I would not be surprised if it's going to be major ones. Come January, I think there's going to be a big one. Yep. I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I'm not a big political guy, so I'm not going to push that on your show. But I'm just hoping that people did listen to certain people and got a back stock, because I think this time is going to be a little worse. I think we're going to get locked down a little longer, but I don't know. I'm not, guys. Yeah. Nobody hold that to me.
No, that's not political at all. Just telling people to stock up. I mean, it's the same thing as stocking up on toilet paper, but this is your work.
Yeah. I've been saying this. I've been pushing this out there, and I'm trying to go through all my old stock because I have something in my mind that's telling me, and I don't like to say it because I feel bad, but I do a lot of estate auctions, not estate sales, a lot of estate auctions, and I feel that in March, April, there's going to be so many estate auctions because, unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people in the last 6 months, and people don't realize in a state itself, if I pass away, my family can't just go ransacking through the house. Like everything is legal. Like there's a lot of legal stuff that goes on with that, especially when you're in like, South Carolina or any like farm areas, because all those houses, there's so many speculations. And so what they have to do is they got to go through a lawyer, and then the lawyer goes through a auctioneer, and then everything gets auctioned off. And I've literally had to bid up against people's grandsons and son-in-laws.
Yeah.
So just, I keep telling people, like, just look out and save your money, because in March and April, there's going to be so much stuff.
There already is. I hate to say it. It's just people don't know. I mean, maybe they physically cannot get out to post it. And a lot of people don't know how to post an estate sale. I wouldn't have known. I mean, how do you know? I mean, people have heard of eBay and stuff, but
yeah.
So I think you're 100% right, especially when it gets a little bit warmer. You're going to see a lot of estate sales, garage sales, all this kind of stuff. And it's sad, but true.
Do you like to, I mean, this is a silly question, but do you like to bulk buy, or do you like to hand pick?
I'm moving to the bulk buy. I prefer to hand. I like that, treasure hunt, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest, the older I get, the bulk buys are way better. I mean, I like having boxes and boxes, knowing that I have it. I mean, if you asked me 5 years ago, I'd say, no way, I want the individual. But imagine the time. Then you have to, if you can get a bulk buy of 10 items, especially me, what I try and do, to be honest, my thing is with the action figures, I'll try and get not one, I want 5 of these things, because nobody has a vintage, like 5 or 10 of them, but you can get that a lot with like G.I. Joe, Star Wars, because they made so many of them.
Yeah.
They're not super rare or anything, they're not crazy expensive, but if I can get 5 of them rather than one, that helps.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely bulk. And that's actually what I'm shipping off right now. I had bulk by G.I. Joe figures. I get them for like 50 cents a box, and they go for between 10 and 20 a piece. They sit though for a while. They sit. They're not. These are not an overnight seller. So I hesitate before telling people that, because they'll be. I told one person, they said, "Well, it's sat for like 6 months," and I said, "Yeah, that's pretty typical."
Yeah, it's the same thing with the tools.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like with the tools, I'll try to explain to them, like, listen, people are buying tools now because they can't afford to go to the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
They can't afford to call the plumber. They're going to go on YouTube and they're going to try to figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
So. But I like the bulk buys myself as well, because it makes you learn. Because when you hand pick stuff, you already know what you're looking at. You know what you're gonna buy. Mm-hmm. It's something that's in your niche. When you bulk buy, you might know 2 things in the box, but you don't know the other 7 or 8 things. I've been seeing that a lot. I'm not gonna put names out there, but I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers, pretty big channels, and they've been saying, I wasn't even gonna buy this, but I know nothing about this, but I bought a box lot and I had it in it, and holy moly, it's worth $48.
Yeah.
And that's where you learn.
Especially with tools, I imagine is similar in the sense to action figures, because you can get a box that's gonna have like little parts. Maybe you haven't seen that company before. Maybe you see that a lot with toys too, because people don't. I mean, no one's gonna spend the time to list every single title. They'll list the main ones that they know, and that's it.
Yeah, the ones they think the money is, and your money is somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story that I like sharing. I went to back home. I went to an auction, and again, it's all tools for me, but I'm not afraid to open my surroundings and pay attention to stuff. Yeah. So my local auctioneer was having this huge auction. I mean, he had people 200 miles driving in to this auction. It was G.I. Joes, Barbie dolls, and it was G.I. Joes and Barbie dolls. And it was all 80s stuff. And it was figures, accessories. I mean, it was literally a hoarder. This guy was a hoarder.
Yeah.
And some of it had dust on it. It was really bad. but it was like just tables and tables, this whole gallery. And
Nice.
I went in and I'm looking around, and I knew there was going to be toy collectors there from Maryland. Like they were
Yeah.
coming, they were just coming in. And I ended up going the day before. I knew the auctioneer, and I was like, "Hey, Joe, you need some help? Like, I don't mind giving you a hand." He's like, "Yeah, Leroy, you can help me out." So I went. I'm helping him out, and I started paying attention to the accessories. While everybody's fighting over the Bobby dolls and all the GI Joe stuff, Leroy's buying table lots underneath the table of accessories.
Okay.
Bobby doll furniture, Bobby doll clothing, GI Joe guns, GI Joe packages, the cards. I had a package of just the cards.
Those sell. The backing cards you're talking about? Yeah.
Yes, yes. And when I say a package, it was like 100 or two.
That could be thousands right there.
Yeah. And I paid $68 and I had a lot of stuff.
Nice.
I'll tell you, I made probably $700-800 on that because I wasn't gonna fight for the big stuff. I knew there was still money in the lots, and the stuff on the floor, and that's what I did.
That's exactly what you got to do, because it's funny you say that accessories. That's the kind of stuff I would always discount. Like, I want just the figure, the main thing. No, I mean, again, these are slow sellers, but I have literally boxes of accessories, toys, guns, little plastic ones, all that stuff. And when it goes, and it goes for the same price. Like I've sold a little can jacket thing for $50.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's, it might not go for 6 months, 9 months, a year, but it's literally this big. It's like 3 inches long and 1 ounce, if that, half an ounce.
You're paying $3.
Not even paying that sometimes, because if you get them in a box like you did, you probably paid pennies on the dollar.
Oh, I'm saying to ship them out. You're paying
to ship them. Yeah. Maybe $3.50 if it's like going all the way to the East Coast for me, because I'm on the West Coast. But not much more than that. I love things under 4 ounces. That's the best. If you can get stuff in bulk under 4 ounces, there you go.
I got it. Because nothing's gonna go under with USPS. Nothing's going under 3 ounces anyway. So
yeah. That's what the first thing I do. I pick 4 ounces, and that's it. That's why I know my base price for that. And then that's how I price things. I'll look at I'll type in like 1001, which is like Manhattan, New York for me, which is like clear across the country. And that's how I'll price, like I'll figure out a price for something.
It's funny now. Which one do you think I would use?
Maybe LA, San Francisco, maybe
90210. 90210.
There you go. Easy to remember.
Because it's easy. It's in the head. I remember the show when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So that's the one I always put in.
Yeah. No, that's funny. Because that's the reason I use 1001. I didn't even know what it was at first. Then I looked it up. It said something Manhattan, New York. So I'm like, okay, maybe not the furthest. If I really want to go there, I would pick like, I don't know, the Florida Keys or something. But I mean, or maybe your old stomping grounds, Rhode Island. That might be the furthest for me. I'm not sure. I freeze up. I think it did.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
I thought that was you. It was me. I guess my internet went down.
I can never tell because I drop so many times. That's why I'm always nervous. Anytime I do a live, I drop at least 5 to 10 times.
Oh, that stinks.
Day or night, doesn't matter. Weekend, weekday, doesn't matter. That's we have Comcast. That's Comcast for you.
Yeah. They got Comcast all the way over there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I know that name from up north.
Yeah, I don't know if they're the biggest now, but they've been around for a while now. So see, this is why I like. You said bulk loss. This is why I like these bulk loss because that one guy that I pick up clothing from, he has, I don't know why, a bunch of clothing, new with tags. He never touches it in multiples. Like the same kind of shirt, same kind of jacket.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of these are like pretty nice. Like I haven't listed it yet, but like this, you can't. You're not gonna be able to see that from there. It's a North Face new with tags.
Oh, okay.
It's like color block too. It's like pink, yellow, black, something that would stand out. Yeah, it's still got the tags. And Telegraph, one second.
It's so funny when you how many listings do you have in your store? You got quite a few, right?
Not really. I bounce between 1,800 to 2,100, somewhere in there.
Not really. Not really. I bought between 1,800 and 1,700. I wish I've never had that in my life.
I used to think that was the goal. To be honest, I've seen guys literally like 50 listings, 100 listings doing 20 times what I do. So it really isn't about that. It's about what you listing.
Yeah.
It really is. Because to be honest, a lot of my stuff is low dollar items
Yeah,
under
mine too.
$3.
Yeah.
So these guys, I mean, I've seen it literally. I mean, they say the goal is to have one listing, right? With like multiple variations, and then that's it. That's all you do. You adjust the one listing, you make a ton of money from that because it sells so well. So I mean, I guess to each his own.
Yeah, it's just it's hard. Like I get myself up to about 300-400, and that's
Well, if you're getting rid of that 300-400, then that's not a bad thing. I mean, if you're having trouble keeping them in your shop, that's a problem that people want.
yeah, yeah. It's 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so I've been back home for about 2.5 months. And when I put my store back on, and I started off at zero again. So I have right now come on. I have 292 listing and I have 238 sold
Okay.
in 2 months.
You that's a good number because you don't want to have 1,000 listed and 4 sold.
Yeah.
What you have is a pretty even keel. I mean, I would just keep going with that. Don't look at anybody else's numbers. I mean, that's just a losing game right there.
Yeah, and you lose. I think, I lose my focus.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your focus a little bit because you're just worried about. That's the other thing with online is there's just so many stories and so much competition, and
Mm-hmm.
that you sort of have to just go in your own path.
You have to, even if somebody is selling tools, they're not selling the same as you. They don't have your inventory. They don't have any. Yep. The business is not the same as yours, so you can't compare at all. It's nearly impossible. Yep. The only person you compare to is, I guess, yourself a month ago, a year ago, whatever.
Yeah. And I try to tell people at the flea markets, because I do the flea markets lately pretty often. And they're like, oh, well, you're selling the same thing as me. Like, why are you making sales? I mean, first of all, personality matters. The
Mm-hmm.
way you set up your stuff matters. Now, I do all of my stuff with a red background.
Okay.
I can put that on my Instagram and 900 people are going to tell me that's wrong. Don't do that.
What are you doing on a what basis? What was that?
Red, on a red surface. So all my pictures, I take all my pictures on a red surface.
Okay.
Now I can put that on Instagram and I can have 900 people tell me that, no, you can't do that. It's supposed to be white. That's why you're not getting any sales, because it's not on a white background. My motto is my motto. The way that I do it is it fits me.
Mm-hmm.
I take probably more pictures than most. I'm selling a $5 item and I'm taking 8 pictures. Yeah. It's easy for me. I know what my routine is to take the pictures, and it helps me. All that stuff will help you sell.
Yeah.
If it's working for you.
Totally. And then a thing that I always think of is the whole reason for they going about the white background is because of Google. Google it lists better, but if you go through on your cell phone, because everyone buys on their cell phone, right? Everybody has a white background, and then Leroy with a red background. If you're even if you're not reading, white, red, what are you gonna see?
You're gonna see different.
You're gonna see that. Maybe you're gonna click on that. Maybe you're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's such a bad thing, especially if you're taking lots of pictures. You got a clean picture. I think the main thing is do you have a clean picture?
I believe so. I haven't had my channel looked at by anybody lately, but
you don't need to. I mean,
every criticism, everybody has their own criticism.
I'm as thin-skinned as it comes. So I'll admit that first. So I don't want anyone looking at my channel or my store, but I should. But I would say if you've been doing this a while, you have a routine. You don't have to necessarily have somebody go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Yes. You can do that yourself. I mean, no, if you have questions, I'll ask them. And don't worry so much about having someone go through your store.
I sometimes I don't mind, if somebody would go through, because I'm curious, what does it mean? I'm going to change anything? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it is, that's what I have learned a lot with YouTube. Just listening to people and talking to people. There are things that I pick up every single day. Mm-hmm. People do this for entertainment. I do this for education. So I'm talking to you for education. I'm learning how to talk to you and list at the same time. So when I start doing my editing and doing my videos, I can do all that. I'm learning right now. I'm not doing this to play and joke around with you. And no, I'm doing this because this is part of my learning.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned a ton from watching other videos, and it's funny that it's the things you might not notice that I'll hear in the background. Somebody will say some minor thing, like what you said about like bulk and finding stuff in the bottom of a bulk box or something like all those little things. That's usually what I learn from, not necessarily even the main topic of the conversation.
Yeah, or your what soul video, like
Yeah.
your what soul videos, not putting anybody down. I might do what soul videos, but it's the other little things that you have to listen when these guys are doing their lives, and they'll slip. They don't want to tell you anything, but they'll slip. They'll get excited about what they're talking about, and then their little secrets come out. And you got to be like a fish in the water. You just got to sit there and wait for it to drop. It's gonna drop. It's definitely gonna drop. You just have to let it. Don't ask the questions, because then when you ask them a question, they're gonna just give it to you. They're gonna give it to you filtered.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna tell you exactly the truth. They're gonna give it to you filtered. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm lucky. I don't really have anything to. I don't have a giant store. I don't have.
I am jealous that you have 1,000 more listens than me, though.
If you could get there, but I think, to be honest, from the way you said your numbers and your sales are going, I think you're on the right path. I mean, I don't have your sell-through rate sounds a lot better than mine. So
yeah. I mean, we're not we're alive, so this is an open book. But I'll just put it to you this way. And it's just the eBay. It's not, it's not at the end of the day, but it's over 8,000.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I mean, I don't worry. I wouldn't worry about anybody and whatever anybody else is doing, because you don't. Yeah, like I said, you know what you're doing. You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So you already. And to be honest, it could be detrimental. It could be hurting you by comparing yourself with somebody else.
Somebody else. I understand.
There's always something, because I used to go to these shipping conferences, right? And how boring is that? They're talking about cardboard boxes and stuff. And you get the same thing. Everyone's kind of like eyeing the next person over, oh, so what did you do? What were your sales this year? This kind of stuff. And it's the same mentality. Everyone, you talk a little bit, once you maybe get a beer and you talk a little bit more, but still, people hold off. But like you said, every now and then there's people that kind of blah, blah, blah about something. And so it's the same thing. Everyone kind of is doing this. There's no magic secret out there, I would say. If anyone's trying to sell you something, then I would probably turn off, because there's, people hold on. But like you said, every now and then there's people that oh, no, it doesn't.
Look, that was me. Rookie move.
Right? Oh, no worries. No, there's a tendency, and I have this, to be honest, too. I love it too. When you see somebody new on the scene, somebody says something, oh, I sold this for this, I get attracted to that too. I mean, oh, really? I want to know.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't really exist. It's just putting in the work and doing it, and that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. I hope I'm not holding you up at all.
You are not. That's why I have so many blank patches here, because I'm listing as we're talking here. I'm using that weird tool. I don't know if do you ever use the eBay whitening tool in the background? Because stuff I do have on a white background, I'll always have shadows on it.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'll use it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but
I'm going to tell you something. I've listed thousands and thousands and thousands of items in the last 20 years. When I first started eBay, I had to wait for them to send the check, and then
Oh, okay, I remember.
when the check cleared, I used
Yeah.
to have to send the item out. So it's been a long time, and my thing is, I could tell you, I probably haven't edited a picture besides cropping
Yeah.
or twisting it.
Yeah.
I haven't edited 100 pictures.
You
And
know how
I've
much
taken
time
thousands and thousands
you
of
probably
pictures.
save so much time by not having to do that too.
Yep.
I mean,
And that's why I like my red backgrounds. I do my red background. And sometimes I used to do different colors too. I do a lot of different things that is suitable for me.
yeah. No, keep doing that, man. I mean, it's working for you. Keep going with it. I would say just tweak it. Don't change it. Tweak.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
It's funny because you're saying that you're editing the picture, and I'm like, editing the picture? Goodness gracious, I never edited pictures.
That's
and
only
you'll
do
hear
that.
that, yeah.
This is, I mean, I have, like I said, a lot of my pictures are not on a white background. This happens to be. And usually what I do is if it's like over $50, over $100, then I'll take a little bit more time.
Yep.
But most of my stuff, like I said, is $20 or less, maybe $24.99 less. So it's not worth it too.
Will you do $6-7 items or no?
I have some. But that's usually the stuff I have in bulk. It's usually like I have a lot of a few different like hair, not health and beauty type stuff. This stuff I picked up in wholesale from dollar store.
Yeah.
I have a lot of that. Like I have like this nose spray thing. It goes for like $7. I have things kind of like that, random things. I can't even think of them. But yeah, I have like maybe 10 things. They're under $10 shipped. They cost pennies.
Exactly.
That's that kind of stuff I would.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely. But then I don't go out looking for that. If I find it, I'll add it to the inventory because that's one list for like a 500 things or 100 things that I like. But if it's I don't. Well, yes and no, because I do have a lot of like toy accessories and stuff like that, and stuff that goes for like $9.99 ships because it's like so like I said.
But you have nothing into it. So if you sell 8 of those a month or 8 of those a week, you made $100. You know.
Exactly.
You get even your niche is toys and the stuff that you do. There's still another side of it. There's with me there's also another side of it. That's so
toys,
cool though.
I have super expensive toys that they'll sit for like a year or two, like a couple $100, and then I'll have the the $9.99, $14.99, $19.99, and that, to be honest, is the majority of it. I mean, if I had, that'd be great to have 1,000 items that were all $500. That'd be awesome. Let's go to town. But
we all wish that. Yeah.
I'd be lying to you if I told you I had that. Like, here's the thing. This is silly that I used to do when I first got back on eBay. I think this is like 2014, 2015. I used to find items that were very rare, but not that I had nothing into it, and I would put them for a crazy high price. Like I'm talking about $10,000, $12,000, just to see if I can get it. And you get the views. Nobody ever bought, but I mean, just to see if I can get like $100 offer on like a $1,000 listing. I still didn't get it, but I mean, I tried.
I see those once in a while, and I just crack up.
They're trying to. One, I've heard it's money laundering. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just a rumor out there. But then two, I think it's just for attention. Maybe get attention to their store. Because if someone sorts for highest price, then they're gonna see you first.
Yeah, it's with a lot of people say. I met a guy before I got into the community. I was at the flea market, and I do both. So I do flea markets and I do eBay. So when an eBayer comes to my table, I know you're an eBayer. Like it doesn't matter. I know that you are a reseller. You're definitely a reseller. So I said to him, I said, "Hey, you're a reseller." He's like, "Yeah, how do you know?" I said, "Because you're picking up everything I'd pick up."
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, do you resell?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, why don't you put it on eBay?" I said, "Because I have 10,000 items. I have more items than I can imagine." I said, "I grab some and I sell some. I make quick cash and I move to the next one. I buy box lots." And I became friends with him. I seen him a couple of times. There was a spot in Connecticut, and he decided he was gonna like let me know what a store was, and so he let me know what a store was. Man, this guy got a 1,000. He got. I'm gonna go right now. He got over 1,000. It's an older guy. He's not online. He's not on YouTube, or he doesn't really talk about it. I mean, I was very lucky that he let me in.
Yeah.
And this guy's store, he's like sort of like an idol, you know what I mean? Like I sort of look up to him, and I've only seen him probably 3 or 4 times, but I message him a couple of times a year, sometimes more than that, to see how he's doing, make sure, he's okay and stuff. And this guy, because this guy is, because he's like up with his stuff, like he's list every day, and he's had his store for God, like over 10 years. This guy makes cake. He does, because he's consistent. He's consistent, and that's what eBay wants to see.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know this guy. I was talking to Louis about it last time, and actually worked for him for a little bit. And nicest guy, and he asked me to help out with like his online presence, his eBay, his Amazon, all that. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna be able to help him. It's the other way around. When I showed up to see this guy, his entire he had like his own makeshift warehouse, giant, it's like 10,000 square foot, filled to the ceilings, 25-foot ceilings with all this. He did like watercraft, like jet ski equipment, filled. And this guy was killing it. And like you said, no presence, no YouTube, no anything at all. It was just, I mean, mind-blowing how much stuff he had. And he didn't have the time to list. Like you said, you have 10,000. This guy probably had like 100,000 items. Yeah. And so, I mean, you just don't know. I mean,
this guy has, so he has 16,833 feedback.
Wow.
Okay. Now, mind you, that does no justice. Okay. It says right here, member since November 26, 1998.
There you go.
Okay. And so he's been a member. He has the shooting star and everything.
Yeah.
And right now he has 1,700 items in his store. He does just tools. And let's visit his store. I just think it's funny because this is actually like before YouTube and everything. This was sort of my I just looked up to this guy,
Yeah.
And let's see. So he has, like I said, he has 1,700 listed. Sold, and we want sold for recent. Okay, let's see what he did in the last 2 days. Let's see, the 9th. Okay, so the 8th. Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay. So since the 8th, which was yesterday, he sold one thing for 300, one thing, this is all tools, one thing for 20, 21, 49, 49, 44, 14, 79, 52, 52, 49, and that's it.
Wow.
That's one day.
He's
So the
doing
guy, he, and if I scroll down to say a couple days from there, let's say I'm sorry, I'm holding you up.
no, you're not.
I get excited. I'm
No,
gonna do. My birthday was November 30th. Let's see what he did on my birthday. Just trying to give you an idea of, it's not like this guy once in a while does this, but he lists, and I think he's at the point, when I had talked to him, I think he's at the point where he only lists like 5 or 6 things a day, but he sells whatever that's what it was. Whatever he sells, he replaces the next day. So
he's got him then.
So if he sells if he sells 8 things today, tomorrow he's listing 8 things.
Nice.
So let's see, on my birthday he did 14, 32, 42, 35, 22, 17, 49, 9, 14, 59, and it's crazy. And he's doing like 10, 15 things a day, and he's making like $400 or $500. And I know the stuff it's not like he's paying the most he probably pays is $4 or $5.
That's so smart. I mean, what he's doing it's never ending amount of money he can make.
Oh, and he's retired. He's an old retired guy. And like I said, every once in a while, I'll just message him, hey, how are you? How's everything going? Sorry, I was geeking a little bit.
No, that's kind of what we're all kind of aspiring to, is what he's doing. Yeah. And he seems like he's doing it with ease. So, yeah, that's so cool.
And you probably have toy guys that you look up to online that you save their site and just.
I do. To be honest, I'm more interested in the way people. It's not necessarily the numbers. It's kind of like, I guess, how they're comfortable and what they're like. They sell X amount and they're good with that. They make whatever they need. Yes. So I think that's the goal. I mean, at the end of the day, you can always make more.
Yep.
And there's always making more than you and making less than you. For me, it's the one that's comfortable with what they're doing. And they get everything out. They get everything you need. Everything's, whatever they need, pay off.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the goal.
Hey, Callie Reseller Lewis, how are you, buddy? I see you in there. And Swamp Picker, how you doing?
Yeah, I do a bad job with the chat. I just click on it.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I got it on my phone now, so I'll try to keep an eye on it.
Cool, thanks.
If anybody has any questions, you guys are all veterans anyway, but you can put them in the chat. We got questions for you guys.
That's right. See, I don't do that many sold videos because, I did one recently because I had some cool toys that sold. But usually it's like a lot of used shirts, and I sell a lot of compression T-shirts and Under Armour type stuff. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again, so it's not that interesting to look at.
Are you into any vintage T-shirts or?
I am. I don't get any anymore. That is more difficult to buy in bulk. Yeah. I've seen the guys that sell them online, and got another Steelers fan out there, Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler.
Yes. Hey, Chris, how are you? Nice to meet you, sir. Yeah, that.
I don't know if you've ever. I've seen a couple of those videos where people say I unboxed, 500 vintage shirts. That would scare the heck out of me because that's the kind of thing you kind of look at individually. You could get away with an action figure because people don't really mass fake them. I mean, I'm sure they do, but not as much. But a mass T-shirts get faked easy. It's kind of like I get nervous because it's these. I mean, I don't want to stereotype, but I get a lot of emails from people, even people just buying them, and they'll buy them from overseas, and supposedly because they don't have that logo, they get that logo, whatever the design is, and then they'll mass produce them. I mean, I guess you can mass produce already on like Amazon already, like merch and but I don't know if they do the textile or they do the label to the tag, but it's I don't know. I just
you got to be careful. You're on Instagram. There's a guy at Instagram. He's another one of like that guy that I just was talking about. He's an underground guy. Nobody really knows about him, but he is on Instagram.
Okay.
Look up Thrifting with Nate or Thrift Nate. You with the stuff when you watch him and you'll follow him on Instagram. When you see the stuff he gets and the stuff that he shows, I'm with him. Like we pick together every Monday and Thursday. You're gonna be like, what? It's not like a lot of it is ratted. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of it is ratted. It might have holes. But the stuff this kid finds, and I'm learning off of him. Like I pay attention to him, even though I don't really care about that stuff. But.
Okay. No, definitely, because you only know so much, and every single day, to be honest, you'll find a brand that, like, I've never, where's that? Or sometimes you find something you've seen before, you just never thought about.
Yep.
I mean, I see that all the time. And one thing with clothing that I get a little, I always, I used to watch a lot of these YouTube videos, and then I would kind of go by what people would say. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because then you get, especially with clothing, you get kind of stuck selling those things. The ones I found that do the best, the ones that people maybe aren't, everyone isn't talking about. So I don't know. Every now and then you find something. Let's see, Thrifting with Nate. Oh, thanks, Kelly, Reseller Luis. He just posted up that we're talking right now. Appreciate it.
It's a big picture N. I don't know if you found it yet.
Let's see, I found two Thrift Nates.
Is it a black logo with just a big N?
One Thrift Nate says "Donate while you thrift" is like the tagline.
No.
And then
let me see if I can go find them.
Thrift. And there's a Thrift _ Nate.
Let's see. Where are you, Nate? It is. Come on. Okay, _ Nate. It's thrift. So it's Thrift Nate, but he has his name different. It's a black N and it's underscored.
Okay.
And it's NATETIQUES.
Oh, big N?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. All right, I just got it.
Yeah, look at some of his look at some of his pictures. You'll be like, are you serious?
Nice. Vintage Reebok, vintage Hornets. Oh, for a second I thought he had a Bird jersey there, but he's just talking about Larry Bird. I have a hat. It hasn't been authenticated yet, but a friend gave it to me years ago. I always kept it, and according to him, it's signed by the '86
Celtics.
Celtics,
Really?
and it's
Yeah.
it's a Celtics hat. The signatures are kind of faded. I never sent it in because I didn't believe him, but he's all no. Every single player, the starting five plus a couple others, even the coach signed that.
Yep.
One of these days, I'll get that authenticated. I probably should because the signatures are all faded, but I don't know.
But he's another underground guy that I'm close to, and the stuff he finds, he just got a 1990s full size Michael Jordan cutout poster, brand new in the box. Not brand new, but in the box. Never been taken out of the never been taken. You know how like it's perforated? Never been perforated.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff in here.
Yeah. And he doesn't sell it. He doesn't sell it online. He sells it when he needs to. He has some guys that own like t-shirt stores, and they'll come every once in a while. But he's buying like shirts every day. He thrifts. This kid thrifts Mondays with me, Wednesdays without me, Thursdays with me, and then Saturday and Sunday.
But he doesn't sell much of it.
Not much. He sells when he needs money for rent, and then the rest he keeps.
I'm looking at his piles in his closet here.
Oh yeah.
And I see starter after starter. I see Puffer Jacket. I see.
That's what I'm telling you.
There's people out there like this. I'm telling you, like the person I buy from is similar to this guy. And he doesn't thrift on this guy's level though. But and it's mainly newer stuff. But yeah, there's people that just buy, and they just keep it.
He sells. I mean, he does sell. You know, he sells. But like you'll see in his thing there, you'll see he has like a flea market stand. Yeah. And he has all shirts and he has a tent up. He does a couple shows. He'll do 2 or 3 shows a year or whatever. But I mean, he does sell, but not at the level that he picks.
Gotcha.
If that makes any sense, you know.
I mean, it's not for everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
But my goodness, he's got a lot of stuff though.
I'm telling you.
It's not just clothing. He's got books. He's got toys. He's got antiques.
And I can't say where he picks.
That's because fine. I don't give out anybody's honey hole. That's fine.
I'm told not to.
No, that's cool.
And it's my honey hole too. If you look at my my Instagram, there's in the last, I'd say, let's see, since I've been back, so the last 2 months from this one place, I've gotten about 6 to 7 $200 items out of this place.
Nice.
And maybe about $300 or $400 items.
Keep doing it. I mean, yeah, don't tell anybody about it.
No.
Don't even hint it. Just say, I'm getting it, and it's just keep getting it till it's, it dries up because everything does eventually. But just keep going there.
I'm not going to tell you guys it's in Tennessee. I'm not going to tell you.
Gotcha. Well, that's a little far. That's a far drive for me anyway. So that's cool. Though.
Yeah. Sorry to sidetrack you.
No. I used to go to this place. It's funny you say like honey holes. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's like that around you, but most of these places are drying up around now, especially this year. It's so sad to see. I had a couple places in the Bay Area. They're not even around anymore. Even Sacramento. I've only been here like 18 months, 2 years. Drying up left and right. People just, you can't keep your business open. How are you gonna sell anything? So.
Yeah. And this kid, he's a little younger than me. He's about 31, 32. And he is like, he's so persistent too. He'll go up to them. He'll be like, "You got more t-shirts?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got them at home, but I'll bring them next week." He's like, "No, I buy you lunch. I meet up with you at 2:00. I want to see your t-shirts. He doesn't do it in my New England attitude. He does it in a more southern attitude, but that's what he does. And he'll call me up. Hey, he has tools too. Okay, no problem. I'll be right there, and I'll come by and I'll look. I haven't got a lot of pics from that, but like probably 3 or 4 times a week, he's going to somebody's house.
Nice. I mean, you should. One thing I would say is maybe if he is interested, I mean, it sounds like he doesn't need the money, but if he is, you should get him selling it. I mean, get him something.
So I think if he sells anything, I think he might send some boxes to the Instagram kind of people. You know, the people that do Instagram t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, that's good money too.
Yes, and he doesn't list it or anything. I think there's one guy that he probably sends about 15 shirts a month to.
Okay, it sounds like he's already got. You know, we always I talk about eBay and Amazon just because that's what I do. But there's so
me too,
tons on Instagram.
I'd love to try to figure it out, but I'm having a hard time figuring out this platform.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard. I'm thinking that there's less fees. That's the main thing. Yep. You don't have to deal with a lot of the hassle. But you maybe want it. I don't know about how returns or anything like that work though. But a lot of people make good money on Instagram.
Are you still in there? Get out of there. Stop listening. You still looking at his stuff? Get out of there.
No. My pictures are on here, so I have to transfer them from here to here.
Okay. I thought you
stop reading. No. I was for a bit, but no, not right now.
There's another one too. He has two Instagrams. His other Instagram is things I find at the flea market, or things I see at the flea market.
Oh, okay.
It's something like that. I'll send you the link.
All right, cool.
And
yeah, that's what somebody said last time. Like, why are you on your phone? Like, I'm rotating pictures.
No, that's fine. That's just like I said. Like, if you see my hand up, I can still hear you, but I'm talking into my computer. So I do all my listing by talk to text. So. What did I do? I did something here. I lost my template.
Loading slowly.
Let's see. Now I gotta find it again. Son of a gun.
There we go.
Oh no. What did I do? Okay. All right, I'm gonna jump off.
No worries.
Okay, I gotta say hello in a couple other places, and then I gotta go get lunch.
Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Just hit me up on Instagram. Say, hey, Leroy, I need somebody to run the ship with me. I'll be more than happy to see if I can get on.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Right. I might even put this on my podcast if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, anytime. Like I said, just if you're listening and you need somebody, just run with you. I'll run with you.
Okay, sounds good, man. I'll try and give you guys I'll try and give you a heads up, and then next time I do this. But yeah, I'll jump off too then. But thanks so much, man. And
All
nice
right.
meeting you again, man.
You too. Have a good day.
You too, man. Bye. All right, I'm going to jump off too then. I will talk to you guys. I'm not sure about tomorrow. I'll try and post this a little bit earlier. I know this is very last second. So you guys take it easy if anybody's out there still. Have a good one. Bye.